it's Athena. I feel like it has been a freaking eon or two since I've sat down and spoken with you. So how have you guys been? It's been extremely busy around here, working and taking an online class and traveling and just this, that, and the other. So I haven't had a ton of time to record, although I have been keeping up with watching the videos of my favorite people out there. So I'm going to tell you that there are 3 videos I am definitely planning in the very near future, this being one of them. This one's going to be a general catching up, sharing some crystals, sharing a couple things that I have acquired, and making some recommendations to places you may want to go, or at least one place if you are in that area. But the next 2 videos, unless things change, I am planning on doing a video response to Ember's recent video about this book. It was really interesting watching her opinion and her thoughts about this book. I would also like to do a little review from my perspective. I'm planning on doing that video soon. I can't promise it'll be next because I'll put a little time into it, but that's coming up. And then also, I'm less than 100 people away from my next milestone on YouTube, and that means another giveaway will be coming up. So be on the lookout for a video about that. I have a box of pretty amazing goodies, if I say so myself, that I've been accumulating for over a year now. That's coming later. Well, let's get busy with this one. So just a quick little catch up on life. My cough is finally gone, knock wood, and so we don't have to talk about health issues this time, yay. I haven't gotten as much sleep lately as I'm used to, not for any super fun reasons, but because my kitty cat, Luna, I had the bright idea to do a familiar spell. A spell to make a pet your familiar. And that spell has worked so well that she doesn't let me sleep anymore. She really loves to be against me and near me and licking on me and nibbling on me at night. And yeah, that might be typical behavior for some cats, but I will say of the cats I've had, she's the 4th. I've never experienced that before. As I have heard very appropriately put recently, be careful what you wish for. So I wouldn't change it. She's my boo. She's right over there. So if you hear a little jingle, that would be her. Last weekend, I got on a train and went up to Connecticut to visit with my oldest boy and spend a whirlwind weekend with him. I literally went up on a Saturday morning and came back late Sunday night. So it was just one night there, but we filled those 2 days with a lot of walking and sightseeing and eating and spending time together. On Sunday, about 2 hours before my train, we didn't really have anything to do. We're like, we'd done everything, and we didn't want to waste it. And so I Googled metaphysical stores near me, and one came up. Luckily, my oldest boy is awesome and cool, and he was totally flexible and open to going to this place, although he has absolutely zero interest in his on his own. In fact, I don't think he even has been really aware of just how big a deal crystals are to me. Anyway, I wanted to share with you the name of this store because it was freaking incredible. And the next time I'm up there in the New Haven area, you can bet your ass I'll be going back. The prices were amazing. The quality of the stones, the whole place, it was fantastic. It was probably better than anywhere. Well, okay, I won't say better, but because there are stores around me that are bigger and more amazing. But I will say, for the price of the rocks, this place up in New Haven, these are the best prices I've seen on rocks in a long time. I'm going to include a picture of the storefront and let you know that the name of it was Curious Goods. And they have a lot of stuff in that small space. It's not primarily rocks. Oh, actually, maybe it is primarily rocks. But around the perimeter of the store, they have herbs, they have cards, they have jewelry, they have just lots of witchy and woo-woo paraphernalia. I highly recommend. I wanted to share with you the crystals I got. One of these in particular I haven't even heard of, and I'll talk about it last, but the first one I wanted to share is Apatite. I'm pretty sure I already have one of these, but the colors of Apatite are beautiful, and that's kind of showing with the light. It's such a watery bluish greenish, more turquoise than aqua, I would say, but it's gorgeous and I love it. I love to take screenshots when I buy a rock that includes what it looked like and any signage they have to explain what it is. So, Apatite enhances coming to results. That's a sentence. It heats and balances the energy and brings truth. It raises the kundalini and creativity, and it helps with weight loss, which I've always heard that about it. It is funny that it's called Apatite. It's not spelled like appetite when you're hungry. It has a different spelling, but I still think it's funny that you can remember one of the things it's good for by that funny name. Another one that I finally got a real sunstone. I thought I had sunstone. It turns out I didn't earlier, but I got a really pretty, let's see, that's a little bit better. I got a lovely piece of sunstone. Probably you know already, but just to share what they had said, to make you happy. It brings joy to your life. It heightens your intuition, good luck and good fortune, alchemy and positive energy. So this is natural sunstone. It seems to reflect the golden dazzle of the morning sun, and it's often used as a ritual or meditative focus for sun or fire energy. So yay for that. Sunstone. Black tourmaline, you guys already know, probably anybody knows about black tourmaline, one of the best protective stones for absorbing negative energy and protecting you from negative crap. So I won't be reading up on that. But here is the one I haven't heard of. And when I got home, I looked it up in my crystal books, and it's not mentioned. So now I'm a little worried that it may be a man-made kind of or human-made type concoction. Those are fine, but like I'm not a fan of those opalites. They're pretty, but you know, I don't like those. I don't like the ones where glitter is added. You know, I like what nature makes. I don't like colored, you know, artificially colored stones. This is pink aventurine. Some people call it adventurine, but it's not spelled like adventure, so I don't say that. But pink aventurine. Now, everyone usually knows about the green aventurine. So I'd never heard of pink, and they also had blue. I didn't buy the blue, but I bought 3 of the pinks because I was dazzled by them. They do have a bit of a glitteriness to them, and when I bought it, I was thinking it was natural, and now I'm wondering, I still like it, but you know, I just don't like artificial things if I can help it. Okay, so this may or may not pick up the glitter. But anyway, it's a beautiful, like dusty rose color, a real soft energy about it. I bought 2 larger ones, and then this one to me seemed heart-shaped. It's not technically, but it's really close to heart-shaped. So that's one that I keep in the, you know, brassiere. So according to the write-up on pink aventurine, it promotes compassion and empathy, very calming, relieves stress, protects the heart chakra from psychic vampires. Basically, it sounds like something I need in my life. It is amazing. 2 other things I bought at this store. One is this incense was my very first favorite incense before I discovered Nadia and Lady Jane's Bewitchery, before I was on YouTube, back in the very beginning of my path. This is incense I had found at my Whole Foods, and then it stopped being available. And then I was ordering it through Amazon, and it's probably still available through Amazon, but I stopped ordering it a while back. They had it. I should have bought more than one, but I only bought one. But it is the Triloka cinnamon spice. I love this so much. And I have already burned almost half of the pack. I've got it going right now. Now, not only when I smell it, not only do I have the familiar love smell, I now have that feeling, that almost nostalgic, where something takes you back to when you were new at something, or you know how your sense of smell is like the fastest memory jogger out there. When I smell it now, it brings back those beginning days, those very first early days of walking this path, that excitement when everything was brand new and it was just like this huge mystical world. And I still love this world, obviously. But when you've done something for a while, it loses some of that new car smell and some of that newness. So this is a nice little reminder. One more thing I bought, they had bracelets for $6 a piece. I have paid way more for bracelets that have much smaller crystals. These are a good size. These are rhodonite, I'm pretty sure. But they're a good size. I mean, it's like a chunky bracelet. I have to take it off when I get home just because it's so big and heavy and chunky, and I love it though. It's just gorgeous. So that was rhodonite. They had these bracelets in lots of different types of stones. I did convince my son to consider purchasing one for his girlfriend. I went ahead and bought it for him, and he's going to take the credit for it. That's fine. I convinced him to get her a rose quartz one just for love. They are volatile and passionate, and they get along. It works for them. They've been together 2 years now, but she gets a little stressed out sometimes. And so I was thinking maybe if he gives her this, I was like, ooh. So this is like a love stone, and it just sort of reminds her that you love her and to calm down and yada yada. So we'll see how that goes. So at my local witch's shop and location for my meetup group that I really enjoy, a couple weeks ago I went. At the end, I like to do some shopping, and I was looking. They have a really awesome selection of oils that are made in the store. And I was looking for Come to Me Boy because I keep hearing stuff about it. It's one I've never had. I do remember months ago visiting, and the owner, who's awesome, hey Gwendolyn, if you're watching, she had been pouring some of this stuff and it spilled, and she had it kind of all over her, and she said literally all day long men were coming in that store, and men don't usually go in that store, maybe a select few for all the women that come, but men were coming into that store constantly. And she was like, what the heck is happening? And then she realized, oh, I spilled this stuff. And so I thought that was cute. I'd wanted some anyway, and so I was looking around for it and I couldn't find any. She went to the back and she's like, you know what, I'll just pour you a brand new bottle. And so I was like, cool, that's awesome. I was making a joke about it should really be Come to Me Man, loyal, honest, wonderful man, instead, because I don't want no boys. I got 3 boys of my own, and I'm done playing with boys unless they're my offspring. So I made a little joke about that. So while she was pouring it, she added some pinches of a couple extra herbs. She said, I put a little something in there for money. That's good. Put a little pinch of wealth herb in there. And then also, I think she said she also put in something about loyalty. So I don't recall what it was she put in there, but long story short, I'm really kind of thrilled that I have a special bottle made just for me of this Come to Me awesome man. This is what it looks like. This is what the jar, I love their jars. And there's not a ton of stuff in there, but I think it's really cool. There it goes. When I opened it, because I had never smelled it before, I bought it without really knowing the scent. It reminds me so much of this hair dressing stuff that they used to sell. They probably still do. And I used to use it as a teenager, back before you could get all that frizz control stuff that smells good. I would buy this other, it was like a It almost was like Vaseline or something, but it was for hair, and it had kind of a funky smell. And this smells so much like it, it kind of threw me the first day I was using it. So I added on my own, I was just trying to kind of change the smell. It's not that it's a bad smell, I just, you know, again, as mentioned earlier, those smells from that take you back, I really don't want to be going back to when I was like 16 years old with my frizzy hairdo. But I added a little cinnamon essence oil, some cinnamon oil to it, because cinnamon also, you know, is attraction and passion and fire. So now it's got even more oomph to it to really bring me some fun, maybe. I'm not kidding. Maybe the day after I purchased this stuff, or 2 days after, and I was wearing it, no sooner had I done that than somebody got in touch with me. Someone that I used to be in a little relationship with. Now, I'm going to say this was like 4 years ago or so, and he was a really good person. I wasn't in a good place at that time to be open, and I remember I was hung up on someone else at the time. That was really the problem. I was very hung up on this other person, so I kind of missed out on a good person who's good for me because I was still chasing a bad boy. I told you, I'm done with the boys now, but I was chasing a bad boy at that time. So out of nowhere, he contacts me and he says, "Hey, just thinking about you. I know our birthdays are coming up soon because we're like 1 day and 1 year apart. But he's like, maybe we can get together and celebrate." And I'm like, huh, interesting. So yesterday was the first date I had talked about on Facebook. It was the first date, but it was with someone who I used to have a pretty intimate connection with. I was a little nervous. I talked to my guides the whole drive. I've learned that when I'm really feeling nervous about something, I got to turn off the radio. I got to turn off any podcast or book I'm listening to. And I just start talking out loud to my guides or to my mom or to everybody, to whom it may concern, to anyone who cares. And just asking them to be there and to help me see the truth and to open up my heart, because I'm very guarded. I'm actually very guarded in a lot of ways of trusting people, especially men. And so, long story short, we had a fantastic time. We went to a Renaissance fair and it was amazing. It was a ball. And I'm happy to say that I'm looking forward to, we are definitely getting together again soon. We'll see where that goes. Yeah, I'm excited. Hope is exciting. The only thing I bought at the Renaissance fair yesterday was a broom. I bought a broom at the same Renaissance fair about 5 years ago. And the one I bought 5 years ago is like my witchy broom that I would never use on a floor. I use it for sweeping out negativity. And for Halloween, every Halloween, if I'm a witch, which is 99% of the time, I carry it with me because it's an awesome broom. This new one is also awesome. It is more the shaker style, which is like the flat kind you get that most of us use instead of the round type. I'm going to include a quick little footage I took of both of those and kind of see them. But this new one, I haven't used yet. I have really not let it touch my floor yet, at least not the bristles. I'm going to anoint it and sort of consecrate it to, though it's going to be my mundane broom, it's still going to be a witchy broom. I'm throwing out all the plastic crap from Target or wherever, and I'm going to use this real broom. I will be anointing it with some oils and sort of putting my intentions into it and charging it to, as it cleans, it spiritually cleans also. And when I use it, it won't just be a mundane task sweeping up the floor, which seems like it's something that's constant around here with messy kids and a messy little familiar. It will turn that mundane task into a more enjoyable / magical activity. I'm really excited. This one I bought yesterday also had a face carved onto it. I thought, oh, maybe I'll give that a name, and it popped into my head, the Guardian. So he's like the guardian of our home. And so as I enchant it, I'll talk to him and I'll ask him to please keep my home safe, sweep out negativity. These brooms are about $45. They are handcrafted, and I got to talk to the person who handcrafted them. And I love, that's one of those wonderful things about these fairs is real quality materials, and you get to meet the creators. I hope to maybe possibly go back to this one more time. I think it's only open another week or two. I don't know if I'm have time. I would actually like to take Poochie with me. It's incredible. It's freaking incredible. I love it so much. So thank you for watching and sticking with me during my laborious, verbose drivel. And I missed you. I feel like I've been really out of the loop for a while, or just sort of like gone. I definitely want to try to get back into this a little bit more. Keep an eye out. Hopefully in the next week or so, one of those other 2 videos will be popping up. Okay? Take care, guys. Love you. Peace.